Live from the Preston Highway Studios, it's 24-hour Purple People.
Well, hello and welcome back to 24-hour Purple People. My name is John Harper, and we are absolutely thrilled to have you along for the ride today as we are all set to talk everything Louisville City. I guess not really racing. They are on a bit of a break. But all things purple in Louisville, Kentucky. We are so back, and we are happy after a slight delay in last week's program. We are back and better than ever. And on tonight's episode, we have the Loudoun on a match at Loudoun. North Carolina makes it just in time to get a big loss at the FAM. And, of course, the moment you've all been waiting for, the first annual, very prestigious and totally legit LouCity Midseason Awards, gentlemen.
It's an award ceremony. I'm obviously dressed. I've got my best Andre the Giant shirt on, so...
Yeah, you're looking good. Both of you looking good. The first guy that's looking good I'd like to introduce to the masses. He is the master of dungeon, the spinner of tunes, the builder of vans, and the servant to cats. And he drives that van to get to a bus. Mr. Ken Luther. Ken, how's it going, sir?
Drives a van to get to a bus. You lost me on that one. What?
Well, there's a bus at the tailgate, you see.
Oh, gotcha.
It's that big thing with the wheels.
The big purple bus. Yes, yes. Or not the purple bus. There's bus. It's a bus depot, actually. There's buses everywhere. I'm surrounded by buses.
Breaking down all over the city.
That's true.
All right. I'm not going to say anything else. Okay.
All right. Very well. Also joining me is the author of the Purple Prose. He is the ultimate warrior of poetry. He always jobs clean without soap. Show some love to Matt Doughton. Matt, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, Johnny. I've been reading The Last Temptation of Rick Pitino. John, have you ever had a lap dance so good it nullified a national championship?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. Just wonder.
But that's a pretty...
What they don't mention in that book is the team that brought back championship luster to the city of Louisville, and that's Louisville City FC, which we're going to talk about today.
That's right.
There it is.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And the first match we're going to talk about today is a match up in Loudoun. Guys, this was a wild match Wednesday night. The first of two matches in the Jägermeister League Cup that we are still hanging on in kind of by a thread, but we'll talk about that after the second match. Let's watch some highlights and talk about this match with Loudoun, which was it was something. It was really something. It was a good match.
This wasn't a Jagercup game, by the way. This was just a league game.
This was just a league game. Well, why did I say it was a Jagercup game?
Just a boring old league game.
Yeah, boring old league game. We're so used to, I don't know, how many times have we played Loudoun at this point, right?
Yeah, right.
Ken's not here. We're going to get Ken back in a second. We're going to pause it right here because, this is our favorite portion of the show. Ken looks funny on this other screen. All right. Matt, your feelings on this lineup as I get Ken back into the fold.
Gleedle and Goodrum starting, which is, it ended up working out okay, but it's not something you necessarily would have thought. Let's see. Josh Jones making another start, getting some minutes with Ordonez on the shelf. I'm not sure how long Artero's going to be on the shelf, but Jones has been a great fill-in as far as I'm concerned. Ken, what do you think?
Yeah, it was very interesting. Putting two up top. So basically we were doing you'd say five in the back, and then a three and a two or something like that. And I think the possession stats demonstrated that it was a very defensive lineup. We were just going to soak up pressure and play the counter. That's kind of what you see on this. And we're resting legs too, because we had a lot of games over the past month. So that probably explains this.
And you mentioned possession. There was so much possession talk all leading up to this game, right? So for anybody out of the loop, LouCity has lost twice now while having possession, and then we win basically every time that we have less possession. They really took it to heart in this game, as we'll see.
Yeah, and you can see right off at kickoff, they're trying to run the high press with the two strikers. And I'm not sure how well that worked out. I think we got a little lucky later in the game, which really dictated how the game went. And then Carlos got a very relatively early goal.
First career goal for him.
From that throw-in that Josh Jones has been doing, which he's pretty much our designated long throw guy now. And it's certainly become a very good weapon in our toolkit. And
he
this
heaves that thing in, man.
Yes, he does.
He's got those long arms. He's like a trebuchet. He's built like a medieval chucking apparatus.
That's right. That's what he's doing. He's also got good feet too. So I think more experience. He's going to be a great player for us.
Look at this field.
I know. I hate these fields.
Ugh.
I don't think players like playing on it all that much.
No, I can't imagine.
Different kind of movement of the ball. But pretty even game, certainly up to the half. I'm going to say they were threatening in a lot of different places, and we were just kind of soaking up pressure. Okay, well, so was that a penalty?
There wasn't a lot in it. It just seemed like he was in the way. I mean, when you go down like that in the box, you're kind of forcing the referee to make a decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it absolutely was a penalty, and I don't think Lambert could have done anything about it. I think that's just one of those things that happens. And there we are. Now we're tied.
Yeah, Abakura with a nice pin there. Lost chose correctly, but just couldn't get a hand on it.
Yeah, he almost roofed it up in the top corner. Okay, this is great.
Here's the shenanigans.
Lots of shenanigans going on. Lots of not quite. Oh, they didn't show it. They didn't show it. The red card. Pause it right here. So let's talk about that red card. Because they didn't show it.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about it.
So what? Yeah, we're all waiting. Let's talk about it. What was the red for, right?
So there was shenanigans, and you had two players that were going head to head. I can't remember which two they were. I can't even remember if they both got yellows. But then Adams came up behind one of their players. What was his name? Learman. And it was obvious Learman went out with his head and headbutted Adams right in the face, right in front of the referee. So the referee had basically no choice but to give him a red card right there. And that was one of the stupider red cards I've seen in a while. And that just changed the game. And then we took over and kept that long throw going. There it is. Again, second goal. Not on. And own goal.
Thank you to Tommy McCabe. Although the McCabes have been good to us here in Louisville, and we salute them all. So here's a first yellow for Loudoun's coach, and then an immediate second yellow. I don't know what he said, but this ref is mad.
And then he goes, and then he walked. He walked across the field. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Never in my life. Never. I hope they show it. Yeah, they don't show it, but he walks across. He walks from sideline to sideline. He walks the length of the field,
not very quickly.
Or the width of the field, not very quickly. Just takes his time, kicking up those pellets as he walks along.
Yeah, watch the Louisville City players in the background here. Yeah, give that coach a red.
Get him out of here.
I love it.
So we played 2 games at Segra Field this year. And both times I heard what I think is a bike horn, just like somebody constantly squeezing a bike horn.
Oh yeah,
are you guys hearing this in the?
There's a picture.
I want to say unequivocally, if you are this person, you are an asshole, and nobody likes you. Straight up, no one likes you. Do not do this. Do not do this. Awful. Yeah. I had to mute my television.
Yep. Wah, wah. Wah, wah.
I'll show you something too. Underneath the score ticker, Loudoun down a man and a head coach. That's like the best ever.
I wanted them to keep just adding to it. Down a
Yeah.
man, a head coach, some of the trainers.
I remember Jorge used to bring an accoutrement of instruments, including a horn one time.
Mhm.
But we would accidentally lose his instruments during the game, so
Yes.
he wasn't allowed to play them.
Loudoun supporters, this is something that maybe you could do to this
Yes.
person. Just don't honk it constantly. And he honks it when his own team has the ball. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It's pretty bad.
But any
Anyway.
attention is good attention for some people, I guess. I don't know.
We're starting to put a shellacking on them now.
Yeah, Jason Wilson with his new mustache.
Yes, the lucky mustache. And that keeper look was the look of defeat right there.
Oh, yeah.
We were just
You're going
all
to see
over-
something very similar to this goal in the next game, in our next batch of highlights.
He loves that spot.
Yeah, and he's I mean, no hesitation, goes right for it. Sometimes I think maybe Jansen's thinking too much, but he has, I mean, there's no thinking for this. This is reflex, just slots it in. I mean, it's the same spot against North Carolina. It's yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Then they've been playing with a man short, and we just get on the break. Excellent pass to Ray Serrano, and that is all over.
Ray just can't stop scoring. It's over. The Vince Carter, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And then he loves us. Look at that.
Aw.
What a guy. What a pass.
Oh, this field. Yeah,
Wow.
great pass. Especially considering the field, right? I mean, you have to put you got to either take some off, put some on. I mean, this field is not it's something we play on daily, so we don't really know how it affects the ball as well as maybe Loudoun does. So, yeah.
There we go. Good. 4-1. They took a red card. That's really going to hurt him, too, because he's one of their, I guess, leaders, captains even. And he's going to be, that was a straight red, so he's going to be out for 3 games.
Unsurprisingly, after playing 4 times, these teams really they don't like each other.
Weird.
That's what it seems like to me. It got pretty chippy this game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a classic USL LOL game. I mean, if you've watched this league long enough, you know you're going to see at least a couple of these every year. It got really wacky. Oh, I want to, in my notes at halftime, I wrote, "What a stupid half." I just wanted to share that. What a stupid half.
The first half was a stupid half?
Yeah, it was a stupid half.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we won, so it was a great game.
We did win. We
beat them. So the question is I think, do you think we played a defensive roster intentionally, and we just completely ceded possession to allow them to run their legs out, and then we were lucky to get the red card? I don't think the result would have been the same with the red card, without the red card. But I think the strategy was certainly defensive play on the counter, and that's it, considering heat and resting legs.
The old rope-a-dope.
Yes.
So, I mean, we barely touched the ball in like the first 15 minutes. And I looked up stats during a break and play, and I think we had completed they had completed 105 passes to our 8. So, I mean, we really took that possession talk to heart. We wanted to make sure we were not getting it. They ended up attempting 400 more passes than us, which is a lot. That's a lot, guys.
Yeah, 76% possession from Loudoun, only 24 from Louisville City. But it seems like, to your point, we've played better when we don't have that possession percent over our opponents. So that's just interesting to see how Louisville City has really kind of adapted this year. This is a different team than last year in a lot of ways, but they're finding ways to win, mostly defensive-based wins this season. And that's good to see, because now we're starting to see some of the offensive juggernauts step up. And, Yeah, it's a good sign. And this, to your point, was just regular league play, not Jaeger play, like I mistakenly said. And it puts us back where we belong at the top of the table. I know that I believe Charleston still has a game in hand,
They
possibly.
do, yeah.
Yeah. So, but puts us back up at the top of the table. Always good to beat Loudoun. Now, for the next 6 matches against Loudoun this year, any predictions?
We don't play them again unless it's playoffs, right?
I believe that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I believe that was it. So,
Yeah, this is all the scheduled games.
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
a
Well, we'll
crazy,
see.
crazy game.
Could see him again.
The makers of the schedule sometimes I kind of wonder about their logic. Granted, they're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole sometimes, and all of this stuff. It's one of the big things I'm looking forward to getting the USL Premier Pro Rel thing going is we can have a more of a predictable schedule. Whereas we're going to play every team twice, home and away. I mean, if you're going to do Pro Rel, you have to do the schedule like that, and then kind of fill in all the cup tournaments and all that stuff around it. So I'm looking forward to a little bit more kind of logical predictability in our schedule making instead of whatever the hell we're doing right now, which I don't know. You sure played Loudoun 27 times.
Yeah, I think another important key fact that we'll kind of talk about with this next highlight is Jansen Wilson coming in only 14 minutes in this game, a goal and an assist in this match. So that was excellent to see. We want to see Jansen Wilson getting back to some of the energy and fire he had last season. I guess the energy's still there, but we're starting to see him warm up. Even with that mustache, that's got to be making him hot on hot days. And I tell you, it was a hot day yesterday, Sunday, a hot day Saturday when the game was supposed to take place Saturday evening at 8 p.m. This game was postponed. Coach Cruz in a post-match interview saying he found out at 9 p.m. on Friday. Not very happy about that either, was he, Ken?
No, I wasn't either. I think that was totally unlegit bullshit. I mean, you can't get to a game from North Carolina. I don't know what was going on with the scheduling. And then the word gets out late, and then you move the game to Sunday to 6. And yes, I understand it was Sunday, so you got to play earlier. But you talk about a terrible time to play, especially for those of us that hang out at the Estopano end. It's the worst time of day because the sun, there's no escape from it.
Nope.
In that supporter section. So certainly not happy. The weather was really, really nice at 8 p.m. on Saturday too. So I kind of felt like we managed to stub our toe on that one. That was no good.
Well,
what was the justification for them not making it in town? What was there?
Nothing official. I think they said travel problems.
Yeah,
just blanket, just travel problem. Just okay.
I don't know.
I think Coach Cruz actually said their flight was booked to leave at 10 a.m. on Friday from North Carolina. So, I mean, even if their flight was delayed, I mean, it still puts them here Friday evening at the latest, I guess.
There's no way they're not going to be able to get to Kentucky in a day. Yeah, within Friday. So it's going to be a little bit later, but it's a road game. I mean, come on. You got
rent a bus.
We've done it. We've done it before as supporters. You can do it too.
You can do it too, North Carolina. All right. Well, no time like the present.
All right. So back to a much more familiar lineup. Player rotation coming in. Jones on the top and a debutante. Right? How do you say his name?
Yes.
Days? D-A-Y-E-S?
Yes, Brandon Days, unless I'm wrong, and then it's like Days, but I'm pretty sure it's Brandon Days.
And 16 years old, plays for a high school. Do we know which one? We do not. I do not know which high school he plays for.
Or Xavier, right?
St. X.
St. X? Okay. So plays for St. X or played. Maybe he's playing pro now, right? I don't know exactly
I'm
how
not
that
sure
works.
how eligibility works. Even after reading that Rick Pitino book, I'm really not. Eligibility is all over the place.
You know what? Rick Pitino didn't pay any attention to eligibility. What?
No.
And then Morris getting a start, which I was kind of happy to see. But that's our familiar three in the back. Manny and Jake Morris as wingbacks. Taylor and Kevin Lambert playing those midfield roles. We saw Lancaster get the start, and then Wilson and Serrano up top. So certainly lots of rotation. Definitely resting the legs of our primary strikers and seeing some other folks and getting our legs rested in our back too. So it's a great and wonderful thing to play for Louisville City because we have deep benches and we get to play lots of players. It's our prevailing strength over most, if not all, the other teams in the league.
Yeah, and that hasn't always been the case, but this year, specifically this year, we've got a very deep bench, and getting minutes from academy players, especially during because we're in the dog days of summer now, right?
Right.
Is very important.
Yeah, not to mention we have international friendlies in the month of July coming up, 2 of them. So gonna be a lot of matches going on in the hot sun.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine we're going to see Days again. I didn't see a lot of what he did, but it certainly looked like he could hang. Now that was another beautiful, nice goal.
Look at that
from Mr. Mustachio.
E-Town Messi. Manny is so adept. He's so good at dancing on this goal line.
Look at that.
We've seen him do this all year. He draws defenders, and then Manny's indispensable because like anybody can find you when you're open in space, but like Manny's going to give you space. He's going to provide that for you and then just tuck it in there for you.
Yeah, just
We got
going
ball work too.
Yeah, right.
All the way to the goal line. All the defensemen and holding midfielders are drifting back towards the goal line with them, opening up that little pocket of space, kind of right at the penalty spot and right above that. So, I mean, Wilson wasn't the only one open. Lambert, I think, was open very much on that play as well. The pass to Manny on that was also very good. It was a switch field. I want to say from Morris, might have been from Taylor.
This sequence
Josh
here
Jones.
was pretty crazy.
Kind of lucky to not get scored on right there, but
very lucky. So watch Jones run in and just set up so quick on that line to knock that off, and then you had Adams on the other side waiting
and Days was mature enough not to take that player down in the box, so liked it. Good shot, good snapshot from Serrano.
Yep.
Kind of fairly open there.
Pretty good velocity on that for sure.
And a good
And
save.
I don't. Yeah, I guess we can say that. I
mean, he didn't have to reach far. Now, Jake Morrison gets burnt right here on this run. So, maybe his only shortcoming is that sometimes he's not as fast as some of the players he's matching up against. Didn't take him down. There's really nothing he could have done. He probably would have gotten a red card if he'd done that.
But that would have been a red for sure.
What a leg save from Loss right there.
Makes you nervous, but sometimes he makes saves like that.
Yep.
And his backline, his defenders know to get behind him. They know to cover behind when he runs in like that now.
That save very well kept our Jägermeister Cup dreams
That was big,
alive.
That ended up being their best chance pretty much the entire game. Because you're not gonna we had to grind this one out. This was a war of attrition, just a brutal war of attrition in the heat.
Not only on the field, but I may or may not have left sometime around halftime.
I left at halftime. I'll admit it. I had to work the next day at 5 a.m. It was 90-something degrees. Get out of here.
And I may or may not have met a number of my friends in the parking lot doing the same thing.
Yeah. Jansen tapping it over to himself.
Good chances. Just a lot of bodies in front of the goal right there. So still a good string of chances, just couldn't put it in. So we were lucky enough to have a goalkeeper stand on his head a little bit, making good saves that kept our hopes alive there. And I think we have another good string of chances right here.
I believe this is good room. I can't really make it out. Kind of
Yeah.
dancing on that goal line there.
Yep.
Put that cut in.
But I thought Josh Jones had a phenomenal game. I really like what I'm seeing. You know, he made that jump this year from college to the pros. So there was probably some, you know, getting used to the league, the speed and all of that. But I think he's there now. So that makes me happy. Yeah. I don't know the health of Ordonez. Sometimes I wondered if he had picked up a knock or something like that, because we haven't seen a whole bunch of them the last couple of games. So having that depth back there makes me happy. And pulling this win was essential to stay in the cup because of the standings. I did a little research because I wasn't quite tracking on how the Jagercup worked. And I went on the Jägercup website and I poked around on there for a while, and I still wasn't quite tracking on how the Jägercup worked because it wasn't very clear. But now I think I understand. Now I think it's the top team from each group, and there are 6 groups, will go through.
Each group.
So looking at that, we are looking at Las Vegas has played. You play 4 games. Las Vegas has played 4 games. They have 9 points in Group 1. The next team behind them is Sacramento, who plays Spokane Velocity. So it's either going to be Sacramento, could be Monterey Bay, who's playing AV Alta, or Las Vegas. Goal difference, yeah.
So that's Group 1. So that's still wide open.
It's wide open, but you could potentially have all 3 of those teams on 9 points. And Sacramento's got quite a few goals, it looks like. So the tiebreaker is goals, right? Goals scored, not goal difference.
I think they've scored 5. Yeah, Sacramento scored 5 goals. Yeah, just goals, not goal difference. Yeah.
Looking at Group 2, we got San Antonio is on 3 games. They got 9 points. They will probably pick up a point or 3 in the next game. They're playing New Mexico, which is a good team, but it's looking like San Antonio could go through unless New Mexico wins, and then they're both on 9 points. Okay. I don't see anybody else coming up.
Yeah, those are the top 2 in the group.
Looking at Group 4, and this is where it starts to get a little dicey for us, because you got Indy 11 on 3 games with 8 points.
Group
and
3.
Birmingham on 3 games with 7 points. So Indy picks up a win. They've got 11 points. Birmingham picks up a win. They've got 10 points, and they're playing for Madison. That's a problem for us. So that's probably 1 group winner and 1, what do you want to call it? Wild card? Is that what we're calling it?
Wild card, yeah.
So that's 1 wild card gone.
And there's 2. There's 2 wild card spots available.
There's 2.
Okay.
Group 4, Rhode Island on 3 games, 9 points. A win or a tie puts them out of our reach. Hartford Athletic, again, 7 points, which is a point more than us. A win puts them out of our reach. That's your second wild card spot right there by probability. Because when you go to Group 5, you got Loudoun on 8 points. They'll probably go through. We have 6 points. Even if we get a win, we could still get beaten out by Hartford, who's in second in Group 4, and Birmingham, who's in second in Group 3. So we're not in a great position, even if we win. Looking at Group 6, where you have your only 3rd division team, Greenville Triumph. It's leading the group. and they're playing FC Naples in the last game. They'll probably go through. Miami is at 5 points on 3 games. They might get 8 points. They probably won't get that wild card spot. So the way I see it right now is we are 1 point out of behind, missing out on the last wild card spot.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance, but it's not a good one. It's not.
So
it's
a lot
not
has to happen.
a lot has to happen.
Okay, we don't control our own destiny.
We
A
do
lot
not.
has to happen. Stuff
Yep.
has to fall in our favor. But you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, it's not looking good though.
There's a chance. There's a chance that you might want to join our Discord. You can go to that QR code on your screen.
Ooh.
Our next Jagercup match is in still in the state of Kentucky at Lexington. The night we are double booked, soccer fans from Louisville, international friendly at the FAM, and Louisville City playing at Lexington. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be an interesting end to this. It's been a fun in-season tournament, I think. I think there was a lot of, I don't know. It seems like there was a little bit of eye rolling going on when this was all announced that the league, the top tier, would be in it.
Let
You're
them
saying
roll their
no?
eyes. This
Let
is
'em-
fun. This is great. This is what soccer's about, right? Cup competitions. This is what people love the sport. It's one of the reasons I love the sport. Like,
Yeah, I think there was just a little concern of oversaturation. I think we're seeing oversaturation of soccer right now in America. If you've been following League Cup stuff going on, or the FIFA Club Cup, I don't know. One of the arguments is there's just a lot of soccer. We've talked about it. It's hard to get to every match right now.
I don't know, man. That sounds awesome. Too much soccer? That sounds great.
It is good. On the other hand, it can be bad because you have to kind of be choosy on what teams and games you're going to watch. I've given up on watching a lot of European soccer. I just don't anymore because I've got 2 teams that I'm into right here in my hometown. So it's only so much time in the day. Then you've got expansion of national team games. You've got all these extra national team tournaments for men's and women's. It's, to me, I think I'm with you, John. I think it's too much.
It might be too much. I mean, the games it's hot, right? It's hot as all get out when you have these games that are postponed. But I just want to say to all the supporters that were in the Stoppenall Inn, all the supporters in the stadium who toughed it out, round of applause to you guys.
Warriors. You guys are warriors.
Yeah, especially those that stayed for the entire 90 minutes. I really, really salute all of you guys very much. So there's ice cream, there's slushies, there's ways to stay cool, and we appreciate everybody that just, it sounded loud. I think the attendance announced was 7,000. I think that's tickets sold, which is a little concerning if there's only going to be 7,000 on Saturday night. It's the John Harper Show, ladies and gentlemen, as both of the other panelists are muted, so I have a lot to talk about this evening. First thing we're going to get into is politics. Just kidding. Yeah, it was a good match against North Carolina. I think my key takeaways, one, this is kind of random, but the pitch, our grounds crew is second to none, guys. I mean, the pitch looked awesome. All the sun blaring. We've gone from like flash floods to like the surface of the sun, and it has been glorious. The pitch has been glorious at the FAM. So kudos to the grounds crew. And also Josh Jones. Hello. I mean, obviously best game of his professional career. Came out, had some stellar stops. Had some stellar plays, looked great. Give that man some more time, and I think Danny's going to be giving him more time because that was quite he's earned it. Lambert had a solid game. We're seeing him kind of come into his own. He's a beast out there, man.
He looms large. I wanted to mention Lambert. I hadn't got around to. He had 5 tackles. He did a lot of the heavy lifting, helping out young guys like Days.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's a disruptor. So getting Lambert to play a full game and not pick up a card, that was a win right there. And then his ability to disrupt plays. in front of the defensive line is key and essential to how we play.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was also, Brandon Days, speaking to him, we've seen him, we saw him last year as well in a match. And, the future is now, and you're getting to see a lot of these new players coming up through the academy. I mean, who's to say that we don't have another couple of winders on this team about to break out? And the only way we're going to find out is getting them out there and playing them. And these are the scenarios that you want to get them out there. And, what a game to do it. And also have Cameron Lancaster starting. I mean, that was just, when I saw Lancaster in the starting 11, I might have freaked out for a brief moment of excitement. I was just really excited. It was like, wow, we're back. We're back in 2017 again.
We're so back.
We are so back. So, yeah, that was a good win. Just a shame that this postponement happened and that there isn't some sort of, I wonder if this was a regular league match and not the Jägermeister Cup, if this would have been postponed to later in the season or something. I mean, it's something where I think Coach Cruz mentioned the guys had to get out, and he knew some of the guys were going to be kind of sleeping in. They were going to push training back on Saturday. It'd be a little hotter during training. My guess was Aiden McFadden had to sleep in. But they pushed this back a little bit in the training. It definitely messes with your strategy, and Louisville City came out and had a great performance. And again, they're winning games. I mean, this is a 1-0. Damian Loss, clean sheet for him, and looked really good out there. They put their foot down against North Carolina, a team that they recently had a loss against. So it was good to see them coming back, and there's a chance, guys. There's a chance in this Jagercup that we might move out. Let's just keep on trying. Somebody at the tailgate was kind of saying, well, if this happens, we find ourselves in a situation where we have nothing to play for. I can tell you right now, nothing to play for there is nothing to play for in Coach Cruz. Absolutely not. He is playing to win every match. He doesn't care. And if you think Louisville City is going to have that mentality at the first match against Lexington, where you've got way more purple in the stands than whatever the hell color they are, you think again. Think again.
Well, it's a must win. That's for sure. So
yeah, we have to win that one. Yeah.
Let's go and support and win.
Yep. And we had some winners as we had our first annual, Matt, what's the name of this thing?
This is the first annual 24-hour Purple People, very prestigious and totally legit Midseason awards.
That's exactly what it is.
You have to say the whole thing so people know that it's legit.
Oh, you've got to say the whole thing. It is legit,
yep.
Gentlemen. It's so legit we have this graphic with sparkles. It is the 24-hour Purple People, very prestigious and totally legit mid-season awards. This was a lot of fun, Matt. What a great idea that I had.
Yeah, you really knocked that out of the park with this, John.
Well, thank you very much. These are some very important things to cover, and we will be covering them right now. Now, gentlemen, I know you have your own thoughts on some of these. We put these polls on the old X there, the Twitter, and the first one most likely to get into a bar fight, a tie. A draw at the first one here. Philip Goodrum, Aiden McFadden, both very good choices. Gentlemen, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Philip Goodrum. I mean, that was the first name that popped into my head. I'm not on X, so I wasn't allowed to vote. I feel like that is an infringement on democratic principles, but whatever. My tie-breaking vote would go to Philip Goodrum. There it is.
No.
You get to vote right now.
I vote for Goodrum.
I'm also. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do our picks. You got to give it to Goodrum. Yeah, he's not afraid to get in there and just annoy the shit out of you if he thinks it's gonna help him out. So if he needs to needle you at the bar to get a little closer to get a drink quicker, he's gonna do it.
I'm going to agree with you guys on this one, and mostly because Philip Goodrum is always flexing his muscles. Have you noticed this? He's always showing the guns. I mean, he's ready to go. He is ready to go anytime. So Okay, good rum it is.
I got
All
his
right.
back too.
Well, I think we all have his back now that he's in purple.
Yeah.
I mean, before, kind of like Aiden McFadden, we've changed our
Before I had
tune.
his front, but now, yeah.
So our next question here is best mustache. So this is something that has changed here recently. There's been some late entries in this one.
There was.
Yeah, very late entries. Our winner, Goodrum, taking this one. Jansen Wilson, right up there at the top.
That's
in
a new
second
mustache
place.
too.
It's a new mustache. And
I-
Jansen, after the North Carolina match, saying the wife is cool with the mustache and he is keeping it going. He's keeping it
Hell yeah.
going. He might be a little superstitious there. Ken, what were you saying there?
I think if this vote had been held in 2 weeks from now, I think Jansen Wilson would have won because it's just starting to fill in, right?
It's
Yes.
good too. We got a lot of wispy mustaches on this team, but Jansen's
Yeah.
He's got a full.
He's
thick
gonna have a
mustache.
full. Who's that? 1970s private detective mustache man? Work with me, Magnum PI. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magnum PI.
His Tom Seleckian mustache.
Yes.
I think that was the 80s, but okay. All right, moving on. Let's
It totally
go.
was. That wasn't my pick for best mustache, by the way. But we
Oh,
can go
what was
ahead.
your pick?
My pick was also a late edition, and it's the picture that I sent you before this.
Oh, yes, I do have a picture. Hold on one
I'm
moment.
gonna throw that
please.
up.
Yes, I've got it here. Let's see.
This is very new. Look at that, Aiden McFadden joining in on the mustache trend. First of all, is that Michael
Wow.
Fassbender? Is that Michael F. Fassbender? Michael Fassbender trying to study for a role as a professional soccer player? Look at this handsome guy.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
mustache.
The hair too, right? He's really got. He's going for best hair against Kyle Adams.
It's got a little
Mhm.
tucked in Sean Tosh going too.
Yeah.
Right.
What
It's
was
a
that?
good look, Aiden. We approve.
Ken on Discord, I think you shared the Sean Toshian or something. Somebody said you're Sean Toshin it.
Toshing it, right?
Toshing it.
Somebody says you're toshing it. What do they mean? It means you're tucking your shirt in.
Did you tuck in?
I never tuck my shirt in, and I had tucked it in the other day. And Rebecca looked at me and said, "Oh, you're Sean Toshing it."
I Sean Tosh it every day at work, unfortunately, but all right.
I only Sean Toshin if I have to go to court. Otherwise,
Hopefully that doesn't
No.
happen too much.
no.
All right. The Casino Royale Award. Now, Matt, can you please explain this award?
Now, the Casino Royale Award is which player would you pick to play a high stakes poker game against a Bond villain? This tests your cunning. This tests guile, grace under pressure. You have to be able to read people, read situations, but also keep a calm head, keep it cool.
Mm-hmm.
What did our police have to say, John?
Well, they had to say that they would like to see Niall McCabe go all in at that table and win all the money.
He's crafty. I like it.
48.3% of the vote going to Niall McCabe. I would, my vote for this is Damian Loss. Can you, I mean, that look it's made for a Bond movie. That hair.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can see him at a poker table, bluffing and
He's
doing
got
all
a
that
steely
stuff.
stare, too.
Oh,
He's got
he really does. He really does. Ken, any thoughts on the award for the topic that you had no clue what it was about?
Well, yeah, exactly. Watching McCabe play and do his wily veteran crafty things for the last 10 years, I think for me that's a no-brainer. It's McCabe.
All right, gentlemen. Final, last but not least, a legit one that we might have a little bit of a discussion about. MVP, mid-season MVP. Now, before I bring up the results, I would like to have a discussion on what you guys pick for this one. Matt, I'm going to start with your mid-season. I'm going to put you right on the spot, right there on the 7-Up spot. MVP.
This was very difficult, and I've been back and forth all day between two guys, but I'm gonna have to go with Ray Serrano. Gonna go with Ray Serrano. He's had the most goal involvements of anybody so far this year. There's a lot of other great choices, but Ray, we keep thinking that he's peaked, right? He keeps making these leaps, these steps each year. He keeps getting better, and once again, he's he's having a career year. Seems like he has that every year. But yeah, Ray for me is the MVP.
Ray Serrano for Matt. Ken Luther, your choice for MVP.
I disagree. I mean, I think Ray Serrano, you're correct in saying that he keeps making steps forward. But strikers and forwards and wingers, they always get all the glory. And just because they put the ball in the back of the net. So, you see it everywhere. You see it in man of the match. The person that scored the goal is man of the match, regardless of what the defenseman did or regardless of what your holding midfielders did. But I think from a consistency standpoint, game in and game out. Now, granted, the last game this player played, he didn't have the best game, but it was good enough. But from a consistency and being the best player on the pitch is Taylor Dadlow.
That's a good choice. That's the other player I was going back and forth with.
Yep. Well, I don't have a pick. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do, and I also picked Davila. Taylor Davila.
Taylor Davila.
You sound this good at the stadium too, guys.
Let me just throw out one big, a couple little Taylor facts for you. He has created 33 chances this season. Next to that is Ray Serrano with 15. So it seems like he is in every It seems like he is in every single play, one way or another. And think about it this way too. We've talked about this quite a bit on the show. This season has been topsy-turvy in the striker positions, and Taylor has really, I think, made all the difference of keeping that going in the right direction, regardless of who the striker is starting. He is all over every play, and he would also be my choice. Ray Serrano, much respect. Also, real quick, shout out to Ray as I was, after the game, taking down some banners. Ray out there, several players out there meeting fans. Ray walked up to, must have been like a 5-year-old kid, like introduced himself. Like this kid was a Ray Serrano super fan, and the kid's like, my name, I was like, oh, my name's Ray. It was really cute. So,
hell yeah.
All right. I said cute on the show. MVP. Here are the fan choices. We got Ray Serrano, 48%. Taylor Davila, 36%. Sean Tosh at 12%. Philip Goodrum at 4%. We had some people chime in the replies. Damian Loss got some love on there as well. And I'm sure there's some other opinions. You can drop those in the comments section on this video if you'd like to let us know who your choices are for all these very important, prestigious topics. But then, of course, this one, a more serious one, MVP up to this point. It's been a good season up to this point. It's had its ups and downs, but mostly ups. And I think all these players are deserving of some credit one way or another. And, so cool. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll be handing out more of these later on in the month of July before racing gets going again. We'll hand out the racing midseason awards.
Yes, and speaking of handing stuff out, if you swing by the tailgate at the next match, I believe our next home match is on the 12th against, that's what our international friendly, one of them. So we have some new 24-hour purple people. They are new. 24-hour purple people button and stickers that you can come by and get. We love buttons and stickers, and we have a lot of them to give out.
People love free stuff, and we're here to give you that free stuff.
We do.
We're here to buy your loyalty.
We do have a lot of free stuff. Absolutely a lot of free. One free thing is hitting the like button, and you can do that right now. Before we get out of here today, we should talk about our country's birthday, 249 years, this Friday, and we're going to be out celebrating in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
I'd love to celebrate in Colorado.
As we face off against the Switchbacks, the Curvy Roads are having a pretty decent season, a team that usually has a lot of quality, and they also have Brad Estes in the front office these days.
Well, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
A great fan base. Katie and I went out there to visit a friend and went to a match out there, a Louisville City match, and really cool stadium. Of course, they made it all the way last season, gentlemen.
That's right, our defending champ.
Yes. The curvy roads, Ken. It's going to be an interesting match. I'm a baseball fan. Every team that goes out to Denver is like the Mile High City, and it just changes everything. The air is thin, and the weed is plentiful.
That's legit. It's a legit concern. And I think Cruz mentioned playing at high altitude when you go out to Colorado. High meaning high in the things, not the other high that they do in Colorado.
6,000 feet high. Yeah, that kind of high.
6,000 feet high.
6,000 feet.
The first time I went from low altitude to super high altitude, I felt like I was going to die, which was Afghanistan, which was, I think it was 8,000 feet was where I was, and that sucked a lot. So it sucks to run around on that. I don't know how far ahead of time they're going to go. Probably not that far ahead of time. So there's no acclimate. I can't even say that word. You know what I mean? They can't acclimate to the air. And they've been playing a lot of games. Colorado's not a good team this year. I get the feeling that they are rebuilding. Probably why they brought in Brad Estes to assist with that rebuilding process. Because they won last year, and they are sitting at 10th in the Western Conference right now, which is not great. Western Conference only got 15 points on the season. Not great. And looking at their players, nobody really, for me, stands out that much. They got a couple players that have been around the league for a while, but are not playing super awesome. I think they play 4 in the back, at least what it looks like. I haven't watched any of their games this year. But this is one of those things where we're neck and neck with Charleston, and we need to pull points from this. I'll be happy with 1. I would like 3. I certainly don't want a loss.
It's sort of hard to make heads or tails of the switchback because I'm looking through like statistically, and I'm looking through their squad, and it doesn't seem like they should be losing as much as they are, but they're just not doing well. Their top scorer, Justin Dillon, stepped away from the team a couple weeks ago for personal reasons. So they're in a particularly rough spot, right? They've got a big hole, they got a big void to fill, and from the sounds of the statements that both the club and Justin put out, he's not coming back. They think the first time, but they're not getting him back anytime soon. So, bit of a leaky defense.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say about the Switchbacks? I mean, this game is going to be on CBS Sports, and it's going to be a 9 p.m. start here in the Ville. Ooh. So check local listings, but 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a difficult place to play. It's a difficult place to hike. It's not a difficult place to have a good time. I had a blast out there. Shout out to Annie. They have a great fan base, and I was really excited. I actually messaged her whenever I heard about Brad going out there. I wonder if there will be a Yeti cooler at their tailgate.
Full of beer.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
So much beer.
Yeah, so much beer. Yeah, we'll be seeing that game coming out this Friday during 4th of July.
Friday.
I'm assuming there's a post-match fireworks show, if I just had to guess.
And a pre-match fireworks show. And a during-match fireworks show.
Yeah. We have never had a loss to the Switchbacks, but we've only played a handful of games, only 3 matches against them in our history.
You better find some wood and knock on that.
Yeah. There was a draw. The match I went to was a draw. So anyway.
All right, so we've won every game that you have not attended.
That's correct.
Colorado.
That is correct.
Solid.
Yes.
So don't attend this one. That's easy.
Yeah. Do stay home.
As of right now, I'm not flying out for the game. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go to work instead.
But we're recording this on Monday, so anything it could change. Anything could happen.
Yeah. The West is a little bit up in the air right now, so we'll kind of see, but not a good run of play right now for the Switchbacks, and hopefully Louisville City will have a victory out there and continue gaining points in the regular season matches. Of course, we do have, like I said, international friendlies coming up, a lot coming up in the month of July to look forward to. It's summertime. It's fun time for everybody. Kids are out of school, and other than the heat, it's a fun time of the year, I suppose.
The oppressive heat.
The impressive heat.
I don't mind going to games in the summertime in the heat as long as they play them after the sun goes down, which is not something we do. We decide to play games when the sun is right up there in the sky. So
walking around the stadium yesterday, there
crazy.
were a lot of red people. Just scorched people. Just stay out of the sun, y'all. It's just not good for you. It's not good.
Yeah.
I think we all got a little bit of it, so stay cool out there, Purple fam. All right, guys. Any closing thoughts from you gentlemen? Matt, I'll start with you. Any closing thoughts on today's award ceremony or anything else?
John, it was a great idea. I really wanted to thank you for putting that one forward, doing all the work, all the work for that one. So hats off to you.
I did a little work, not a lot of work. It was your idea, though. Ken, any closing thoughts?
Well, done. Nope. See y'all at the next game.
He already said it all.
We already said it all. Purple
What is
fam.
the next game? I guess the next game is racing, right? I think
No.
it's racing.
Louisville
Racing
City.
friendly.
Louisville City at home on the 12th. Racing friendly against Lexington on the 13th, Sunday.
Okay.
The
Gotcha.
matinee game.
Okay. Ooh, back to back.
Back-to-back fun. I'm excited about that weekend for sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, I don't have any closing thoughts, except for, if you haven't yet, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more ridiculous content. Folks, we love you all very much, and we are going to be we love you so much that we're going to be putting this on Spotify. And because I talked to two somebodies that told me we needed to be on Apple, we're going to be on Apple very soon, Apple Podcast, which I looked into this today. Apparently it's easy, and we're going to do it because there's people that have iPhones and don't like Spotify. So we're going to be on iTunes podcast things. All right. Sound good? All right. So for Ken Luther, Matt Dalton, my name's Sean Harper. We love you, Purple fam. We'll see you next time. We're 24-hour people. 24-hour people? We're 24-hour purple people. Goodbye, everybody.
We're people and we're purple. Bye.